Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what you say when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what they say when you listen? It's the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. And it's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? I said, put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what they say when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what they say when you listen? It's the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. And it's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across the stones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what they say when you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear what they say when you listen? It's the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. And it's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Do you remember the time we crossed the poverty line and the sun shone on those in the shade? Our grandfathers fought and the vision he saw was a helping hand from cradle to grave. Oh, but now that's all over and long been forgot, and the profits still flow to the men at the top. And the promises of 1945, they're just broken dreams and lies. When food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. When food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Yes, food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Well, they say times are tough and there isn't enough to pay the poor, the sick, the old and so on. But the profits still flow and the bonuses grow, and we all know where the money has gone. It's gone to the robber barons in their 45 towers, who drinking the fruits of what should have been ours. And the promises of 1945, well, they're just broken dreams and lies. When food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Well, the gap between your place and mine gets wider every day. You pay the votes, you pay for press to make sure that it stays that way. Because the promises of 1945, they're just broken dreams and lies. When food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. Yes, food banks and Ferraris are on the rise. British, two biggest road areas. Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. All hard times come again no more. That was beautiful. While we seek mirth and beauty and pleasure light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, all hard times come again no more. It's a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. So let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sob sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. For it's a song the sighs of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Well, there's a pale drooping maiden who toils her life away with a warm heart whose better days are o'er. And though her voice would be merry, 'tis sighing all the day. Oh, hard times come again no more. For it's a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a sigh that is wafted across the troubled wave. 'Tis a wail that is heard upon the shore. And 'tis a dirge that is murmured around the lowly grave. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Yeah, so early every year the seeds are growing. Unseen, unheard, they lie beneath the ground. But you know, before the seeds are shown that with weeds, by your garden will abound. If you close your eyes, stop your ears, hold your mouth, how can you know? The seeds you cannot see may not be there. Seeds you cannot hear may never grow. In January, you still got the choice. You can cut the weeds before they start to bud. And if you leave them to grow higher, they'll silence your voice. And in December, you may pay with your blood. So close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth and take it slow. Let others take the lead and you bring up the rear. Later you can say you didn't know. Every day another vulture takes flight. There's another danger born every morning. In the darkness of your blindness, a beast will learn to bite. How can you fight if you can't recognize a warning? So close your eyes, stop your ears, hold your mouth. How can you know? The seeds you cannot see may not be there. The seeds you cannot hear may never grow. Today you may earn a living wage. Tomorrow you may be on the dole. And though there's millions going hungry, you needn't disengage. For it's them, not you, that's fallen in the hole. And it's alright for you if you're in with the pack. And it's alright for you if you agree with all they do. But if the fascist party's slowly climbing back, it's not here yet, so what's it got to do with you? Well, the weeds are all around us and they're growing. It'll soon be too late for the knife. And if you leave them on the wind that around the world is blowing, you may pay for your silence with your life. Close your eyes, stop your ears, close your mouth, they're never there. And if it happens there, they'll never come for you, because you don't know you really didn't care. And the wind blew cold and lonely across that widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. High upon a lonely moor a widow lived alone, and in she kept and as she slept her pillow heard her moan. Oh, many years the traveller that spent the night with me, but there's not a man in all creation has contented me. Well, some can manage once or twice and some like 3 or 4. It seems to me a rarity is a man who can do more. I'd do anything to find him in heaven or in hell. And as these words were spoken to, she heard the front door bell, and the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. So boldly then the widow ran, and the door she opened wide, and as she did, a tall and handsome stranger stepped inside. She gave him bread and brandy, and when the tea was fed, he said to me, dear, now have no fear, for it's time to come to bed. For I've heard you call way down below, and I've come to see you right. But you must come to hell with me if I can last the night. She said, you're anti-devil to this bargain, I'll agree. For hell on earth or hell in hell, well, it's all the same to me. And the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. So when they both fell into bed, the devil was working well. He thought before the night was over, she'd be in his hell. But when they came to number 9, the widow cried out, more! And when the 12th time came around, again she cried for more. At 25, the devil felt compelled to take a rest. The widow, she said, come raise your head and put me to the test. At 69, the widow laughed again she cried. The devil, he said, well, I can see just how your husband died. And the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, never turned away a traveller from the door. At 99, the devil, he began to moan and weep. He said, I'll give you anything if you'll only let me sleep. Before the morning light was up, that devil hobbled home. The widow, still not satisfied, once more left to moan. There she lay and grumbled as she thought of 99. If only that old devil could have made it one last time. I'll call him up again tonight to see what can be done. With a bit more application, I'm sure he'll make the turn. And the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, never ever turned away a traveller from the door. But when she phoned to him that night, no devil did appear. For the first time in eternity, that devil he shook with fear of all the wicked torments that I've witnessed here in hell. I never knew what pain really was till I rang your front doorbell, and the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. Yes, the wind blew cold and lonely across the widow's moor, and she never ever turned away a traveller from the door. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is my land. Sorry. As I went walking that deadliest journey, I saw above me the missile contrails. I saw below me all charred and burning. This land was meant for you and me. I roamed and rambled through burnt out buildings to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me were voices wailing, 'cause this land was meant for you and me. There was a big high wall there that tried to stop me. Sign was painted, said Israel territory, but on the backside it didn't say nothing. This land was meant for you and me. When the sun comes shining the fog was lifting. This land was not just meant for you. This land is my land, just as much as your land. From the Dead Sea lowlands to the Blue Med coastline, from the Golden Heights to the Sinai Mountains. This land was meant for you and me. When you attend a funeral, it is sad to think that sooner or later those you love will do the same for you. And you may have thought it tragic, not to mention other adjectives, to think of all the weeping they will do, but don't you worry. No more ashes, no more sackcloth, and an armband made of black cloth will someday never mourn it honestly. For if the bomb that falls on you falls on your friends and neighbours too, there'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. No one will have the endurance to collect on his insurance. Lloyd's of London will be loaded when we go. Oh, we will all fry together when we fry. We'll be French fried potatoes by and by. There will be no more misery when the world is our rotisserie. Yes, we'll all fry together when we fry. Down by the old maelstrom, there'll be a storm before the calm, and we will all bake together when we bake. There'll be nobody present at the wake, with complete participation in that grand incineration, nearly 8 billion hunks of well-done steak. Oh, we will all char together when we char, and let there be no moaning of the bar. Just sing out a quick TDM when you see that ICBM, and the party will become as you are. Oh, we will all burn together when we burn. There'll be no need to stand and wait your turn. When it's time for the fallout and simply to cause it all out, we'll just drop our agendas and adjourn. You will all go directly to your respective Valhallas. Go directly, do not pass jail, do not collect £200. And we will all go together when we go. Every Hottentot and every Eskimo. When the air becomes Uranus, we will all go simultaneous. Yes, we'll all go together when we all go together, when we'll all will go together when we go.